So far we have been discussing about two states of an object: static equilibrium, meaning state of rest; dynamic equilibrium or kinetic equilibrium, meaning state of uniform velocity or state of uniform speed in a straight line. So to change these two states, we said that an external unbalanced force is required. We said that external unbalanced force is required because internal forces are always balanced. Why can the object not do it so by itself? No, the object itself cannot change its state. We need an external unbalanced force. This object itself cannot to do so. The inability of this object, inability of the object to change its state of rest, inability to change its state of rest, inability to change its state of rest or change its state, I will say change its state. So inability to change its state by itself is called inertia. Inability of the object to change its state by itself is called inertia. So inertia here, meaning inertia is the inability of the object to change its state by itself is called. But see, because to change its state we need an external unbalanced force. By itself it cannot change. So this inability is called inertia. So how many types are there? We said that there are two natural states of an object, that is static equilibrium and kinetic equilibrium, and there are three types of inability. If an object is at rest and it is not able to change its state of rest, is called inertia of rest, or inertia meaning inability. Inability here means literally the laziness. The object itself cannot change its state, and similarly the inability is what we call inertia. So inability of the object to change its state of rest, is called inertia of rest. In general, inertia is the inability of the object to change its state. So what is inertia of rest? Inability of the object to change its state of rest by itself is called inertia of rest. What is inertia of motion? Inability of the object to change its state of motion by itself is called inertia of motion. What is inertia of direction? Inability of the object to change its direction of motion by itself is called inertia of direction. So in general, inertia is the inability of the object to change its state by itself. So if the object is already at rest, it is not able to change its state of rest by itself, then it is called inertia of rest. Object is already moving and it is not able to change its state of motion, then it is called inertia of motion. And the object is going in a particular direction and it is not able to change its direction by itself, it's called inertia of direction. What are the examples? And the car is at rest and you are sitting in a car, and when the car suddenly starts and you just lean backwards because the lower part of the body and the upper part of the body are at rest, and when the car moves, the lower part of the body in contact with the car is getting an external force from the car and it is moving, but the upper part did not get any external force to change its state, so it is trying to be at rest. So the upper part is at rest, the lower part moves, so you feel as if you are moving backwards. This is called inertia of rest. Suppose the car is already moving and you are the car is already moving and the brakes are suddenly applied. Both the upper part and the lower part are in motion. And when the brakes are applied and your lower part of the body in contact with the car comes to rest because it gets the force from the seat, and the upper part will continue to move, so that because it is not receiving any force, so you are leaning forward. So when the car or any vehicle starts, you are leaning backward is inertia of rest, and you are already moving, you are leaning and the brakes are applied, you are leaning forward, that is an example of inertia of motion. And when you run, when you are tripped off by something or someone and you are falling over, this is an example of inertia of motion. Because while you are running, both the lower parts and the upper parts are in motion. When you are tripped off by something and the lower part comes to rest because of the force exerted by something that tripped you off, and the upper part will continue to move forward, that is an example of inertia of motion. So why you fall when you are tripped off by something while you are running? Then example of inertia of motion. And inertia of direction. See, in a car, you are sitting here and this is the door, and your lower part of the body in contact with the car is getting the force when the car turns the direction, when it negotiates a turn. But when the car negotiates a turn, it changes. I mean, this is the door, side door of the car, and you are sitting here. When the car changes its direction, you continue to move forward. You are not able to change its direction. Your upper part of the body is not able to change its direction. That's why you feel as if you are thrown to the side of the car, but that is nothing but inertia of direction. When you shake the trees and the fruits are falling because the fruits are at rest, when you shake the tree and the stems are like taking it off by themselves, that's an example of inertia of rest. We have been saying that inability of the object to change its state by itself is called inertia. And inertia, there are three types. We said inertia of rest, inability to change its state of rest by itself, inertia of motion, inability of the object to change its state of motion is inertia of motion, and inertia of direction, inability of the object to change its direction of motion is inertia of direction. You see, how is it possible? So like we need to link it, right? You have a mass and you want to change its state of rest, and you have another lighter mass. You have to change its state of rest, which will be easier for the external force. It will be easier for the external force to change the state of rest of a lighter mass than the heavier one. That means we need, more amount of external force to change its the state of rest of a larger mass or the heavier one. See here, the more the mass, the more is the external force required. That means more is the inertia. That means the more the mass, means the more the external force, or external, we'll say unbalanced force, external unbalanced force required to change. So the more the mass, the more the external unbalanced force to change its state is required. That means only when there is more inertia, more force is required. So the thing is, the more the mass, more force is required. That means the more the mass, the more the inertia, and hence more the force is required. Hence, so inertia is nothing but measure of mass. Inertia is nothing but measure of mass. The more the mass, the more the inertia. So the mechanical way of measuring the inertia is to measure the mass. The more the mass, the more the inertia.